It is Raider week, ladies and gentlemen. The Denver Broncos travel to Las Vegas for their first AFC West divisional matchup, which we know is going to be a shootout and one in the trenches. We hate the Raiders. It's Raider week. Come join us at the Get Bucked Game Day show, where we talk about the biggest matchups, covering the spread, who's going to have a big game, the winners, the losers, and what the Broncos need to do to leave Las Vegas with the win. I'm Isaiah Henderson, and welcome to the Get Bucked Game Day show.
Broncos Country, let's ride.
Raider week. What is
Raider haters unite?
What's up, Broncos Country? We are traveling to Las Vegas today to go and buck the crap out of the Raiders. And it's Raider week, and we absolutely hate the Raiders. But before we get to the matchups, the keys to winning, and the things that need to be done, let us first take care of a couple things of business, and we're just going to get right down to it. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the... Go ahead, Johnny.
I just wanted to say, what's up, Broncos Country? What's up, NRW Crew? I'm coming to you live from Columbia, Missouri, where yesterday my Mizzou Tigers very nearly took down the number one nationally ranked team, the Georgia Bulldogs.
I saw that score. The first thing I thought it was you, Johnny.
Look, it was so cool. It was so cool, dude. The Mizzou Tigers held on. They led the game all four quarters until the last 5 minutes. Finally, the Bulldogs were able to get ahead of them and hold on to a small lead for the final 4 minutes of the game. Ultimately, the Dogs came out on top. They're now 5-0. My Tigers are 2-3, which is devastating. But
yeah, Missouri would have went crazy.
My Missouri Tigers, who literally came this close to upsetting the number one ranked team in the nation yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that score.
MIZZOU, baby.
But everyone, thank you for coming in. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, share this video with your friends and family. This is the Get Bucked Game Day podcast. So make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. We love you all, NRW Crew. Johnny, go ahead and handle your business on that side of the
handle my business.
Handle your business.
Handle my business. Yeah, guys, please like, subscribe, and share. Don't, get us out there. Build this family, guys. Come on. Like, Broncos Country is huge, right? And I feel like these shows, this channel, this network, whatever you want to call us, we're working on becoming a network somewhat. Right now, we're just a channel, but that's cool, But like, I feel like this is like the place where where it feels like you'd get together with your friends. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You get together with your friends, and you'd go down and you'd go to a tailgate. That's what this is. Come on, guys, bring them to the Nothing Rhymes tailgate right here. All right, help us out now. Down in the bio below is the link for the Nothing Rhymes shop, where you can get you some swag. We got several different designs, all kinds of merch. I mean, anything you can imagine, it's probably in here somewhere where you can see it. I'm going to go ahead though, and I'm going to focus on a specific item, because this has kind of become a thing that we do now, where I want to focus on a specific item because, hey, it's kind of cool, right? Today, we're going to focus on the Nothing Rhymes backpack, right?
Ooh, yeah, that is cool.
Because last week, the defense carried this team on their back. We're focusing this week, the entire team's going to carry, all right? So get you a Nothing Rhymes backpack. This is our Mile High 5 design. These backpacks, they're awesome. They're high quality. I mean, you can see, it's really well made. It holds everything you need it to carry for work, school, whatever. Come on down, get yourself some swag in the Nothing Rhymes shop. Thank you, NRW Crew. Don't miss our other shows. Thursdays, 7654 on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter is the OG, the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast. And then about a half an hour after the game today, and after every game, is the Buck Your Feelings post-game show, usually hosted by our third member, Jay Dreamweaver Weaver. Jay is out today due to family emergency, so I will be hosting the Buck Your Feelings post-game show today, but it's still going to be a good time. We're still going to have a lot of fun. Guys, come on over. Enjoy. All right? We're going to buck our feelings after the game today, good or bad.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get down to business. Shadowjacker says, OW, I need you today, OW. Absolutely. WW, we're out there. I messed it up.
OW, where art thou, W?
Thank you. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Dave Full Glassman in the house says, I would very much like to hit all three legs of my
SGP. It's his bet.
Yeah, I did the Chargers game, and then I did the Broncos. I bet Houston would win by 1-7 points, so we'll beat the Chargers because I want the Chargers to lose. The Buccaneers will beat the Chiefs. So,
right. What's the spread on that game?
You
don't even remember.
But it is Raider week. It is week 4 of the 2022 NFL season. The Broncos traveled to Las Vegas to go against an 0-3 Raiders team. Broncos have the number 3 defense in the league. Raiders defense is absolutely terrible. This is the game, Johnny. This is the game. This is the game. This is the game. This is the game. There's just so much to talk about, so much to get into.
Now,
Johnny, how are you feeling this Sunday? What are you feeling?
Not that I'm being Debbie Downer. Not that I'm being Debbie Downer. Do not mistake me. All right. This is the game. This is the game. This is the game. I caution us though, because we have said that for weeks. Now, do I believe? I believe that final drive. I truly, hang on one second. This thing is driving me nuts. I believe that final drive.
Damn it,
that the Broncos. Well, it's not my fault. This is not my normal setup. This is not my normal location. Okay, I'm doing the best I can with what I've got.
I'm tired of your excuses.
I'm tired of you. I'm just kidding. I love you. I love you. You complete me. Anyway,
you are me.
No, I am you. I'm the whiter you. Actually, that's not true. You're whiter than me. Anyway.
Yes.
All right. Anyway. All right, so we've been saying it for weeks. This is the game. This is the game. This is the game. However, comma space. I do believe that final drive put together by Russell Wilson against San Francisco last week, that was a pivot point. I truly believe the Broncos put their foot in the dirt, turn the way they need to go, and that from there, all we can, we're going to start to see the offense gel. I believe that that's it. Now, do I know that for a fact? Absolutely not. And it's very possible that was just a vintage Russell Wilson comeback moment, But the point that I'm trying to make is that, we do need to be careful being overly optimistic. We need to be hopeful. We need to be optimistic that the offense is going in the right direction. But don't be surprised just yet if this offense is still not perfect. This is a very, very difficult offense.
No, Johnny, you don't get to say that because you said, how many weeks did you give the offense, Johnny?
I said 4 weeks.
You said 3.
No, I said 4. I said by week 4.
You said 3.
I said by week 4.
This is week
so
4.
It took 3 games.
No, I agree with you.
3 games.
I agree with you. We're hopeful. And this is, so much adds up. This is the game not only because it's divisional, but because the Raiders.
This green screen thing works weird with the beer, dude. Like, look at that. The beer,
it disappears. That's cool.
I know. It's kind of crazy.
It wouldn't do that for my computer. I'm so upset. But this is a game for the offense.
The only reason I'm using this ridiculous green screen right now is because behind me is like this antiques hutch, and it's just not very fitting for a Broncos podcast. So
you're saying it's basically an old people home?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm in my in-law. I'm currently in the back room / office, whatever you want to call it, of my in-laws' home, and my in-laws are not young people. So yeah, I'm saying
I was going from San Francisco, the best defense in the league, to the Raiders, which is one of the worst defenses in the league, gives up rushing yards, points, passing yards as well. This is definitely the game, as we're going to say this over and over. That's definitely going to be the motif of the show. Is this is the game?
Well, yeah.
This is
the game. If there is a perfect week for this offense to find its rhythm, to find its niche, to find its identity, it is this week because it's not an easy test. This is still the NFL. You still got to be careful. It doesn't matter what team you're playing, what their record is. This is still the NFL. Any given Sunday, things can happen. And all of these players, whether they're, top tier players or whatever, they're still all professionals. They're still all good enough to be in this league. They're not playing in the AFL. They're not playing in the Canadian Football League or XFL. They are playing in the NFL. So you still got to be careful. But when you are talking about playing against, say, the San Francisco 49ers, who we beat, but not handily, right? Their defense was one of the top 3 in the league, right alongside the Broncos.
Going into that game, it was the number 1 defense in the NFL.
Yep, and we held our own and we won.
Yeah, we won. We had that last drive with Russell Wilson.
But we still saw plenty of offensive struggles. So now that we are where we are, going up against the Raiders defense, which is nowhere near even. I don't even, they're 27th in the league right now altogether.
I think they're bottom 5 in the NFL when it comes to defense.
bottom five in the NFL on defense, and all of their defensive and a bunch of their defensive weapons, especially in the secondary, are out of this game right now. That's a big deal.
That's a good transition, Johnny. Go ahead and pull up the inactives because I was looking at it.
Okay, I don't know if I have I need to find the inactives versus Vegas. While I bring that up, why don't you find
I have that here.
Okay, give me a second. I will bring up the Broncos inactives. So today we're actually not doing too bad. We've only got 5 inactives on the.
Zoom in on that, Johnny.
Today, what?
Zoom in on that. So what I was looking
How's
at
was How's that?
Much better.
All right, so inactives for today for the Broncos. There's only 5 of them, and none of them except maybe 2 of them are starters.
The right side of the offensive line.
Yep, which stinks. Well, but again, just like I said last week, I'm not as concerned with Billy Turner being out because we still haven't seen him.
Correct.
It's not like we've seen him for 3 weeks and suddenly he's out this week. We have not seen him a single game this season.
And while everyone's talking about Cam Fleming is the number 1 tackle in the NFL when it comes to run blocking. Yeah. He's 14. He's middle of the road when it comes to pass blocking, so he's not bad.
No.
Quinn Miners is Quinn Miners. He's healthy. Quinn Miners is healthy, ready to go. I think he will play that Thursday game. I think Nathaniel.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're just trying to give him, since it's such a
injury. So I think he'll sit. Graham Glasgow will start. I think Quinn Miners will be back starting Thursday. Maybe Billy Turner will as well. We don't know. But those are really the DJ Jones, as you see from the list, is not on there. DJ Jones will play with Johnny.
DJ Jones. DJ Jones is active. And there was somebody else that sat out this week that is active today. I can't remember who it was. I'd have to look it up. But you look here, you see Darius Phillips. He's one of our backup cornerbacks. We're doing okay. All right. Billy Turner, we already talked about. It's, we brought him in to be our starter. We brought him in to revolutionize the right tackle position for Denver. But unfortunately, we still haven't seen him. That doesn't give me pause. Quinn Miners gives me pause. But Graham Glasgow is a seasoned veteran. He is good at,
he's done a really good job at he's done a good job whenever he's been there.
He's good still. So I'm not as terribly concerned. And then Tyree Cleveland, he is not even a top 4 or top 3 wide receiver on this team. So I'm not terribly concerned. Jonathan Cooper isn't even one of our starting 4.
I'm thinking Graham Glasgow may be the best backup guard in the NFL because he's a starter on any other team. He's just a really good guard. Quinn Miners is really good. So and then Netani Muti and Kendall Hinton have been brought up from the practice squad to the active roster because it was Dalton Reisner, who I think you were thinking about, who's good to go today.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, it was Dalton Reisner. That's and I'm very thankful that our starting left guard is going to be active for today.
Yes, and
because we're gonna need our starting left guard with Mac and our starting left tackle with Max Crosby on the field.
Yes, and for the Raiders, Hunter Renfro's out.
Yep.
Nate Hobbs, they cleared him today. He is going to play. He was there was a concussion going on, or
I wouldn't expect Nate Hobbs to be 100% though.
But he is out there. But their safety, Rock Ya-Sin, is inactive. Their running back, Britton Brown. Their guard, John Simpson. I don't know if he's a starter. Their tight end, Foster Moreau. So Darren Wall's going to have to carry the load. Defensive tackle, Neil Farrell, and defensive end, Deshaun Bauer. So what we're seeing is Hunter Renfro's a huge weapon. He's not going to play today. So the attention is going to be on Devontae Adams and Darren Waller. Now, if you've got you can easily double team Devontae Adams. You put PS2 on him and you bring a safety to the side, and then you say, hey, you know what, Ronald Darby or K1, your job is to focus on Darren Waller because as I'm getting ready to pull up, the Raiders are almost last in the NFL when it comes to running. They don't have a run game whatsoever. So what the Broncos do is take away the pass game and make the Raiders run the ball because I believe the Broncos are 6th in the NFL when it comes to or 6th in the NFL when it comes to run defense. So what they want to do is they want to make them run the ball.
Yeah.
They want to make them run the ball. So I'm going to go ahead and share this screen. Johnny, let me know if I start lagging or whatever because last time we pulled this up, it looked ugly.
All right, I'll let you know, but I mean, I'm not terribly worried. And guys, come on. Hit us up in the comments. We love talking to you. As much as we love talking to each other, we love talking to y'all. Please. Yeah, it looks pretty good. You might need to zoom in a little. There you go.
Look at all these stupid.
Yeah, the ads.
Okay,
the ads suck. All right, there we go.
How are we looking?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Okay, so as you see, we got Russell Wilson, who's
Go back up real quick. I just want to point this out because it's right there at the top. The spread today, or the Vegas has the Raiders as 2.5 point favorites to win this game.
Yep, everybody picked the Raiders except for one person again.
Except for one person. I don't think it was Matthew Berry this time though that picked him.
No, it was some guy named Sam or some lady named Sam.
But you know what? It is what it is. The over-under is 45.5.
Yep.
So, so for those that don't
they expect it to be an offensive explosion.
Yeah, based on those that don't, or for those that don't understand sports betting, the spread, of course, is what is the points that the winning team should win by. So the Raiders are 2.5 2.5-point favorites to win, so they need to win the game by at least 2.5 points to cover. And then as far as the over-under goes, 45.5 points is what they predict. The score will be combined between both teams. So both
now
between
we're
both teams.
over here with the team ranks. As you can see, you got the records. But as you can see, when we get down to the brass tacks, points scored per game, the Broncos are almost last in points scored per game because we don't score. They're 10,
we've been struggling in that red zone still, man, and that is.
I mean, if you look at that, what is this?
Well, I was about to say whatever that is in that picture. I don't want to see that. I'm scared of that.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. So if you look at this, if you were to look at this and you say we're almost last in points scored per game, but our record is 2-1, how does that work? The Raiders, but are top 10 in points per game, and you're like, okay, we're gonna get blown out. But then you go down to the next level, points allowed per game. This is defense. We're second in the NFL with points allowed per game, 12. Half of that comes in the second half, which is 6 points over the entirety of the season. But then you look at the Raiders, who are at the bottom of the league. They give up 25.7 points per game, 24th in the league. So this number right here almost doesn't matter, 21.3 points per game. When you're giving up, that's how you lose. You lose is you give up more points than you score. Yeah. They're giving up 25.7 points per game. And that's why they're looking at the spread. What they're saying is, okay, the Raiders give up 25.7 points per game, and the Broncos score 14.3. So if you combine these two, that's where you get the spread. And then you get the takeaway differential, which is what Nathaniel Hackett, Evero has constantly harped on, which is turnovers. Now, our takeaway differential is a lot better. We just didn't get a lot of fumbles coming our way. So I believe we have the best pass. Currently, we have the best pass rushing duo in the NFL because between Bradley Chubb and Randy Gregory, they have 5 sacks and 3 forced fumbles. Just those two alone. That doesn't mention PJ Locke fumble. That doesn't mention Jimmy Garoppolo's fumble snap. But the difference between the last few years is we're about to break the top 10 with takeaway differential. And then you look at the Raiders. They're bottom of the league. They don't get that many turnovers. They're -3. Their defense is that bad. They allow a lot of points, and they don't get the ball taken away. Not to mention their safety's out today. So it's a really opportunity for the Russell Wilson and the Broncos to really just explode today. Then you go to passing yards per game. We're middle of the pack. We're right in the middle of the pack, and as you can see, the Raiders, they're top 10. They throw the ball. They throw the ball a lot. And as you go down to the next one, you'll see why.
But just to point out, the Raiders have yet to face a secondary like Denver has.
Correct.
And thus far as a tandem, Ronald Darby and PS2 have had no problem shutting down some of the best wide receivers in the NFL.
Agreed. And it goes both ways. The Raiders haven't seen a defense like the Broncos. The Broncos hasn't seen an offense like as good as the Raiders. This is both true. But if you go down to rushing yards per game, and this really shocked me, we're almost top 10 rushing yards per game. And the Raiders have no run game. They're almost last, 28th. They rely on throwing the ball. They're turning into the Chargers, becoming a pass-heavy team under Josh McDaniels, and they don't run the ball. So what the Broncos do, Evero, when they see this, their game plan is make the Raiders run the ball. You take away this passing game, and you make them run the ball. And then
real quick, we do have a question in the chats, and that's from our boy Shadowjacker D-Rock. When will Simmons be back? Any idea? We haven't heard anything yet.
I think Thursday.
About it.
Thursday has, I think, will be his, if he's healthy, could be his last game on IR because that will be 4 weeks minimum. And
technically that's week 5. So
he got injured. Well, he got put on IR at the end of week 1. So you have 4 weeks minimum on IR.
Ooh, Shadow just dropped another comment, and that I just have to bring up because it's fire, dude. He even put flames on there. I saw this on Reddit today. Dial 555 for a sack. Gregory and Chubb. That is beautiful. I love that.
I like that. Down 555.
Dial 555 for if you were actually making that a phone number, it'd be dial 555 sack.
I like that.
If you wanted if the numbers were to match up.
I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I like it a lot.
I love that.
But like I was saying, if you go to defensive yards per game,
third.
So we're third in defensive yards per game, second in points allowed, And we have the number 3 overall defense. But if you look at the Raiders, they're 26 in defensive yards per game.
Yeah.
When it comes to defensive rushing yards per
They
game,
just give them up. It's like they leak like a sieve.
And they're 15th. So I mean, it could be a really good game for the Broncos offense. It could be a really good game for the Broncos offense, and it could be really another continued game for the Broncos defense to really get a challenge of a good passing team, a good offense, knows how to move the ball, that can score, doesn't have problems in the red zones, to really step up and really shut them down. It's going to be really interesting to see how the Broncos defense responds, how Evero goes against this matchup. And also, Broncos Country hates the Raiders and they hate Josh McDaniels. You put those two together, you're like, oh yes, this is even more hatred.
Yeah.
Nathaniel Hackett.
The hatred for Josh McDaniels is almost as prolific as the hatred we have for the Raiders.
Yes. So then you combine them two, and oh my gosh, and then you're in Las Vegas, and they're 0-3. This is just a perfect storm. This is a perfect storm.
Let's look at it this way. Even though the obvious worst losing streak for the Broncos against the team is the Chiefs. We are so sick of losing to the Chiefs. It's longer. It's whatever. But we actually have like 6 games in a row lost to the Raiders. Total. And so we got to break that losing streak too.
We haven't beat them at home since Peyton Manning.
And we have never won in Vegas, ever. Since they moved to Las Vegas, we have not won there. So it's time. It is freaking time, Broncos Country.
It is. Shadow says Purcell should be able to feast today. He absolutely will. Him and DJ Jones will. But as you can see to my left over here, there's a reason why I got this man's jersey sitting over here to my left, because this is a coveted matchup that is PS2 versus Devontae Adams.
Oh man, I'm hungry for that.
This is so like I said, it's a perfect storm because there's so much on this game that everybody's going to be watching. It should have been a Sunday night game, but we have Thursday night football, and we have a lot of primetime games. But this game right here not only can put the Broncos on the map, the offense on the map, but PS2 hasn't really gotten the respect he deserves because they won't throw his way. But if you shut down Devontae Adams and it was PS2 in year 2, he's going to go on the map. Absolutely. And this is such a big game. He knows that. He knows eyes are on him. But, as all the coaches said, the reason why they love him, not only because his size, his length, his technique, but his calm under pressure. So he knows there's pressure, but he's calm, and he's going to go out there and he's going to do what he has to do. Go ahead, Johnny.
We have to not forget Ronald Darby. Look, Ronald Darby has been phenomenal as well.
He's been elite.
The thing is, he's very elite. They are, in my opinion, they will, maybe it might take another couple of weeks for them to get put up there, on like Sports Center or whatever, talking about this. They are the best cornerback duo in the NFL. Agreed. I believe that wholeheartedly. Ronald Darby, I truly believe the key to his success is the chip he's got on his shoulder that this younger player has been just absolutely touted about, that everybody's talking Pat Surtain. He's like, look, hey, y'all, I'm here too. And he's like, yo, I've got this, I'm a shutdown cornerback also. He doesn't get all the takeaways, but that's okay. You don't need the sexy plays. If you're shutting them down, that's what matters. I would rather you shut down your side of the field every game than get 3 interceptions per game. Granted, now, okay, I might be a little bit off base there, but an interception per game versus shutting down the field all game, important. It's important to get those takeaways. It's important.
Well, now they're starting to learn you can't pick on Pat Surtain, and you also can't pick on Ronald Darby. And they're starting to learn that, and there's a possibility we may have the best pass rushing duo, and we may have the best cornerback duo. And when Justin Simmons comes back, maybe even the best safety duo. But one thing I mentioned earlier was Chandler Jones has 0 sacks. They were talking about that.
I was actually going to bring that up next.
But so I think 9 times out of 10, this would be the game where, 99%, I'm almost positive this may be the first game where he gets his first sack. Hoping not. But at the same time, don't be surprised if you see a lot of tight end chips. You put tight ends on the edge to slow down Max Crosby or Chandler Jones. You see them chipping the edge guy, or you see Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams doing a lot of pass protection. They're doing a lot of pass protection, and that's what the Raiders are going to want to do. Is they're going to want to eliminate, because Javonte Williams is the second leading reception. Has the second most receptions on the team behind Cortland Sutton, and the Raiders know this. So what they're going to do is, hey, the Broncos like to use the running backs out the backfield and get them the ball. So what we're going to do is we're going to send different pressure packages.
Look at that. Look at that. Every time I pick it up, I just got to show you. Look at that.
That's
Isn't that
cool.
beautiful?
Yeah,
Isn't that beautiful?
That's the runs, baby. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. So, but what they're going to do is going to send different blitz packages at Russell Wilson because what they're going to try and do is try to remove Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon from catching the ball at the backfield. They're going to try and make them stay in the backfield and block. And then you'll also see some packages off the edge where, you know, they'll constantly put tight ends and all that. What they're going to try and do is try and have a dime or nickel cover the receivers without having to worry about a running back or a tight end because they're pass protecting. That's what they're going to want to do. But I think Cam Fleming got a lot of exposure with Nick Bosa last week. I don't think Chandler Jones is better than Nick Bosa.
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not.
Cam Fleming's ranked 14 when it comes to pass protection, number 1 in the run blocking. One reason
I believe, I'm sorry, I just want to caveat on what you're saying about Chandler Jones. One reason that Georgie boy, George Payton, passed on Chandler Jones to go for Randy Gregory is his age.
Yes.
I mean, he's been in the league, correct me if I'm wrong, almost as long as Von Miller.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of argument out there from people saying that, well, if you're going to go out and get Chandler Jones, you might as well just bring Von Miller back. It's going to be about the same price tag. You know, maybe not quite so much, maybe a little less to get Chandler Jones, but still. You know, but he's getting older, and Von Miller's just a freak. Okay, like the fact that he's still doing what he's doing at his age is unbelievable. But Chandler Jones, I believe he's starting to drop off. I do. You know, I mean, 3 games in, 0 sacks, and you're talking about a guy who is supposed to be one of the top edge rushers in the game. 0 sacks. Bradley Chubb already has 5 total
sacks?
On the season? Yeah, 6.
No, Randy Gregory and Bradley Chubb together have 5 sacks.
Still,
I was just looking
how it should be.
I was just looking it up. Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack have combined 5.5 sacks. Randy Gregory and Bradley Chubb have 5 sacks, and Chandler Jones and Max Crosby together, I think. Let me see how many, because Chandler Jones has 0.
Max Crosby, I believe, already has 10 on the season. I'm pretty sure. Max Crosby already has. He has 2.
Yes.
Okay, I'm incorrect then.
I don't know where you got 10, but
I thought I heard it on a radio show.
We're half a sack behind Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa. So nobody talked about our pass rushing duo, and now we're stepping up. But Avatar said, I'm thoroughly enjoying the defensive unity. And I saw something, I think I know, I'm not sure if you saw it, Shadow, or if you're on Twitter. I don't know if you didn't see it, Johnny. There was a picture of the defensive linemen, the edge rushers, and they're doing a drill, but they're holding hands. And it looks like they're skipping. Have you seen it?
No.
And so somebody commented, they said Randy Gregory doesn't look as looks like he's telling the coach he doesn't want to do it. Because he's holding one hand. And then so he tweeted that, and then Randy Gregory responded, you can tell I'm not as invested in it as everybody else is. Bradley Chubb then responds to Randy Gregory and says, stop the cap. This was your idea. And so they're laughing, and then you can tell they're just, when DJ Jones said, I love this team, no cap, and Randy Gregory and Bradley Chubb are having an absolute ball. There's defensive unity that Shadow Jack is referring to that is just I've not seen before. They're just gelling well. What up, Tywai?
Tywai's in the house. There's our boy. What's up, Tywai?
So there's a defensive unity that they're just sticking together and playing for each other. And remember, this is without arguably the best free safety in the league.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when Justin Simmons comes back, who knows how good this defense is going to be.
Now, hang on. I'm going to bring something up. I'm going to bring something up on the screen real quick because I just saw an updated inactives roster from the Denver Broncos Twitter as of 40 minutes ago. We got Jalen Virgil also will be inactive today. but he's been inactive for several weeks.
Is he hurt or are they just not?
I think he's dealing with like a quad strain or something like that. Unfortunately,
They might need to switch Jalen Virgil and Kendall Hinton. Put Jalen Virgil.
Well, I mean, they keep elevating Kendall Hinton up, so it is what it is. And our rookie Inyoma Awazarike is also out. Again, he was out last Sunday as well. So we'll see how it's going to go.
But, so yeah, Avatar calls it not Avatar. Shadowjacker calls it a Skipgate.
Skipgate.
And let me see if I think I retweeted it. Let me see if I can put it up on our Twitter, so you can see it, Johnny, because you have no idea what I'm talking about, so you're kind of confused.
All right, yeah, go ahead, and I'll bring up these.
Bring up those.
Yeah. Ty Y asking you, where did you get that Sertan jersey?
Okay, so here's the deal.
Don't turn that jersey around. It looks like crap.
I thought I ordered a legit Sertan and Wilson jersey, but I didn't. They turned out to be knockoffs. So the names are correct. The numbers are correct, but if you turn it around, there's no Broncos logo or anywhere because
the word Broncos is not above the number, and there's no NFL patch at the collar.
Yep, there's no NFL patch, so it's
and you're missing the swoop on the shoulder. So
yeah, so that's why I turned it around this way, because you know what? That's embarrassing. I spent a lot of money and I'm embarrassed. But Sertan too. He says you like it. He says, oh, Jalen Virgil got hurt in preseason. He says, I think between this one and the Wilson jersey, I got the orange, the Color Rush Wilson jersey, the orange Color Rush, and this one, I think it was like $150 combined. But like I said, they don't have the NFL logo, they don't have the Broncos name on it, logo.
Look, Ty, I gotta find it, but I have a link. And Isaiah, I didn't get this to you. I didn't know where you could that you were looking there. So I will send both of you a link to someone who sends legit jerseys for a very low price.
Shadow says you can get
you can buy patches somewhere. You can find them online. Yeah.
No, yeah, he said it's definitely worth it though. If it was it was $150 for both of them. So yeah, I mean it works for me. They just
I know one. I know somewhere you can get good. You know my Von Miller Super Bowl 51 that I have, that I used to rock all the time.
Yeah.
There's from the link. I've got to find it. I've got it saved somewhere. $30. No shit. No kidding. $30.
Interesting.
So I'll find it for you now. Let me see. Where was it? I saw it. Oh, D-Rock Shadowjacker calls what you're talking about Project Frolic.
Project Frolic. Let me see if I found the. I'll put this up for you, Johnny, so that way we can talk about Skipgate.
Yep, Skipgate. Project Frolic.
We can talk about the defensive unity that we're referring to. If you guys hear that, that's my dog. I don't know what he's doing.
Real quick, this is not regarding today's game, or regarding our game, but for the Giants, they might be in trouble. Daniel Jones is out. Went out of the game. Tyrod Taylor went in and then got injured, and now they're going Wildcat because both their quarterbacks are injured.
Tyrod Taylor went out there and got injured?
Yep, both of them got injured in today's game.
Oh, Lord.
So yeah, the Giants are going Wildcat offense.
Too bad they don't have Kendall Hinton.
Right?
They need a Kendall Hinton on their team.
And right now, 2 minutes ago, Benjamin Albright retweeted this from Matt Lombardo, who is Matt Lombardo is a senior NFL reporter. Saquon Barkley is currently the Giants' quarterback. Is in a quarterback for the Giants.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who are they playing?
Trying to remember. I saw it here a second ago. I'm pulling it up. The Bears. And they're in the fourth quarter with 6 minutes left. They're actually winning 17-12.
Oh, they can hold on. So, Johnny, this is the picture right here.
Okay.
So, Dr.
Love, baby.
Says, I would love to know what Randy Gregory is thinking right here. Coach, not the hold hand skipping drill. And then Randy Gregory responds. He says, you can tell I'm not as invested as everyone else.
That's okay. He doesn't need to be because he's going to do what he needs to do. Oh, wait, dang. Hold on. My boy. Professor of Perseverance in the house says, hello, fans. What's up, Professor?
What up,
How you
Prof?
been, sir?
And then Bradley Chubb quote tweets Randy
That
Gregory.
is 2
Stop
weeks in
the
a row
cap.
that's 2 weeks in a row this
Stop.
wonderful gentleman has tuned in. Good to see you,
says,
Professor.
Stop the cap. You told us to do it.
Ugh.
So Bradley Chubb was calling out Randy Gregory. He's like, I'm not as invested. And Bradley Chubb was like, you're the one that told us to do it.
That's funny. No, I mean that. You know, like look.
Community,
I want to talk about that.
Referencing.
Right. I want to talk about this defensive unity a little bit. One thing I love about this right now is that, you know, we know that you know, year after year, offenses get split, or not offenses, locker rooms get split when there's one side of the ball that is kind of carrying a team, and the other side is just not really. And I'm not throwing my bottles today, guys, because this is not my my place, so I'm not that guy today. But anyway, you know, often locker rooms start to get split when one side of the ball is carrying the team, right? And you know, game after game. But I think, unlike previous years, right now the defense is having a lot more patience with this.
Having a lot more fun too.
Yeah, they're having more fun. The locker room is still united. They're still unified, offense and defense together. The defense is still firmly behind Russell Wilson.
Yes, and that's what I was going to say, is they have a leader like no other than Russell Wilson. But not only that, it's because they know the potential of the offense.
Sure,
and the previous years, it wasn't we've seen the ceiling of this offense, and we're like, okay,
over and over and
maybe
over
get
again.
turnovers on defense, and maybe if we're lucky, they'll get a good drive and complete it because they've seen the ceiling of the offense. This year, they're like, we've seen the floor of this offense. We know what this offense can do.
So they're holding on. They're holding on, going, I know that you guys are going to get there. We'll hold it down until you do.
Ty West is going to come back on the show soon.
Well, I'm working on something for you. Hey, Ty, I'm working on something for you, buddy. Okay, just keep that in mind. Okay. All right. So yeah, I mean, I really think, yeah. Here we go. Shadow comes in saying they believe in Russ.
They do. They really do.
For Russ.
They really do.
You know, and that's the thing. I you know, the national narrative continues and continues and continues that Russell Wilson's washed up and he's, you know, blah blah blah. No, he's not. No, he is not. He proved that with that drive. That, you know, like you saw vintage Russell Wilson. You saw what he is, how he plays, how he has always played. This is a new offense, y'all. It takes, and this is the hardest offense to get used to. Whatever you want to say. You want to say get used to, or you want to say whatever you want to say. It is the hardest kind of offense to really get in sync with. But once it gets in sync, once it starts to gel, it is unstoppable, especially when you have a lot of talent. One thing
that we've been saying, that Russell Wilson finally said in his press conference, that we've all been saying, he said the defense is playing well. He said we're this close. He said, when the offense gets it, he said we're going to be an unstoppable force, and everybody knows that. Because we can move the ball very well. Once we get those kinks and those little twists and turns that we need, with the defense playing the way they are, Russell Wilson said himself, the same thing the fans are saying is, we will be unstoppable. And Ty White says, listen, I really think Russ is going to cook today, finally, and I hope he has a great game along with Sutton and Judy. He really needs to step up today. I agree 100%. And we were talking about that earlier, Ty.
I like what you said a second ago about how the offense, once they really get clicking, is going to be an unstoppable force. With that unstoppable force and our defense being an immovable object, like teams around the NFL.
That's a good way to put it. Our offense being an unstoppable force and our defense being an immovable object.
Yes.
That's exactly what we need to be. Our defense
and we will get there. I am still firmly in belief that we will get there. We're just not there yet. And I get Broncos Country's impatience with it. I do. It makes total sense. We've had 6 years of crap. Well, okay, 5, because 2016 was still a winning season, technically. But it has been Oh, Shadow, no. You said Juggalos at the end. I want to take that down. I'm not a fan at all of ICP. I can't do it. But I do like the Juggernauts part of it.
What's that?
I'm the... Huh? Okay, we're not even gonna... We don't need to go into that right now. I'll explain it to you later. But really where I'm going is yeah, we've had 6 bad years.
Johnny, are you wearing your sleeve?
Of course I am.
Sleeve out. Are you wearing a wristband too?
2 of them.
Yeah, we didn't plan this. We're just
and I've got my sweatband on.
We're just the same person.
Wait until you see me. Wait until y'all see me live at the Titans. Titans tailgate.
Yeah. So Johnny, I felt, speaking of that, if you guys are going to be in the area, Johnny,
or you're looking for a game to go to.
Yeah. So you know the Broncos suit. There's one in blue.
Yeah, you mean the blue suit with the Broncos logos?
And yes, instead of orange.
Yeah, as it should. I mean that's a good. I thought I've seen it, and I always thought
realized that one better. So we're gonna go to the Titans game. Johnny's gonna be Broncos Viking, and I'm gonna wear this suit, the Broncos suit. I'm gonna be the Broncos gentleman.
All right. So to give you guys a synopsis of what I'm doing to truly incorporate my my persona as the Broncos Viking. I've actually ordered bull's horns that I am going to fade spray paint with orange and blue, and then I am creating them to be able to attach to the sides of my hats, to any hat that I'm going to wear, because I have like 50 Broncos hats. I collect hats.
I can confirm.
But these bull horns that I've gotten are going to be able to affix to my hat instead of having to wear a Viking helmet. That will be my Viking helmet. And then I'm going to, as always,
Johnny
will be painted blue and orange. My beard will be painted blue and orange. My very Viking style haircut will also be painted blue and orange. And I will be wearing blue war paint, Viking style war paint across my eyes. I'm going to be rocking a Viking shield covered in Broncos logos, along with a double-sided Berserker style axe covered in Broncos logos.
Nothing will be painted on my face. I will be wearing a Broncos suit with a tie, and I will be the Broncos gentleman, and that is all. There will be nothing painted on my face.
You should at least get some Broncos earrings. Like
I was thinking, yes, that one in blue one. Oh, Johnny's a genius.
You're right.
So are we going to do the tailgate show, the game day show, and are we going to do it in our Gentleman and Viking, or we're going to change?
Dude, no, we're not going to change.
Okay, so
not for nothing. We are going to do it as we do it, baby.
Oh, I'm going to love it. Real quick, Ty White says Bradley Chubb will have a big game today in Gregory. I can guarantee it. Honestly, Chubb even said how much he hates the Raiders. Wouldn't it be sweet to come out of Vegas with the win?
Whew,
it would be beautiful.
Oh, KB82 in the house.
He really wants to get out to that game. Hey, if you can get out to the game, let us know. We'll definitely link up. We'll be there. Johnny lives
be there
an
live
hour
at
away
the
from
tailgate.
Nashville. I live 20
we are
minutes
going, and here's the thing. Me, Isaiah, and Jay Dreamweaver are all going to be there live together. We are going to set up, I hadn't talked to you about this, but I've already decided you don't get a say. We are going to set up a 4th microphone at our live broadcast, so that our fans, as they walk through the tailgate, can just pop in, sit down, and add their 2 cents.
We're just going to snatch random people off the street.
Yes. Bronco fan, get over here. Sit down.
Titans fan,
all right.
sit down.
I love that. In the house says, "What's up, fellas? What's up, Kenny Booker? We love you, buddy. It's good to see you."
He says, and this brings me, and I want to make this a segment, Johnny. I'm going to talk to you about this. The game day menu. I can't think of a better. I'm going to think of a better segment title than game day menu.
We'll come up with something.
He says, "What's on the menu for the Broncos game today?" Thank you, KB2, for asking that question. I like the fact that you guys
Colorado Kitchen. That's what we'll call it. Colorado Kitchen. Nah, we'll come up with something. We'll come up with something.
I like the fact that you guys have picked up that we do the menu every day.
Mile High Menu. Mile High Menu.
That's Mile High Menu. I like it. I like that. There we go. Mile High Menu. That's gonna be our segment. The Mile High Menu. All right.
I'll get a transition made for that, buddy. You got it. Mile High Menu.
Perfect. Don't forget to do the hey guys, also don't forget we're posting videos and check it out, and we're gonna do the it's called the Orange and Blue breakdown. Every week I go all 22 and I go down the breakdown, pick up the players and good plays and stuff, but that's another thing.
And starting not this week, but hopefully next week, and if not the week after, will be my segment. And Jay, I think Dreamweaver's also going to join in on it too. the NRW OB Smash.
Yeah.
So there will be a lot more content coming out soon.
Nothing Rhymes Network. Hopefully sooner or later we'll have a website where we'll push out articles.
And we will get ready because we will be bringing in more people with new shows. We are going to form the Nothing Rhymes Network. We are going to be bringing people in.
And then we'll have the Nothing Rhymes newsletter. We'll have the Nothing Rhymes newsletter, which is
if there's anybody, we already know one who's in this chat right now who has been on one of our shows and is very interested in hosting a show or being a co-host on a show, and that's Ty Y. If anybody else is interested in becoming a member of the Nothing Rhymes Network, hit me up, hit Isaiah up on Twitter, and we'll go from there. We'll talk about it. All right.
All right. So the Mile High menu. So for me today, first, hold on. Shadow says queso and taquitos. You're not working today, Shadow? Good to see that you're not working.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, it's not. You get to actually watch the game. Good to see that you're not working. You're on the. I think you said you're on the ship. I believe. Good to see that you're landside. KB2 says I'm making ribs for the game. I made ribs for the season over. That sounds good.
Well, see, I made 2 racks of ribs last week at a barbecue. I couldn't afford to do it again, but I'm also not even at my own home, so that's kind of hard to do.
So for me today, I'm making I'm keeping it simple, burgers and hot dogs. But for the burgers, I'm grilling burgers. So yeah, I just went and I seasoned it, but I'm using Smokehouse maple seasoning with it on the burgers, and I put the cheese in there. So I'm making cheddar burgers, and I'm also making bacon wrapped hot dogs on the grill. So as soon as we get out of here, I'm gonna go hit the grill up real quick with bacon wrapped hot dogs.
Sounds like a real quick process, brother. Are you gonna be ready for the game?
Yeah, it's a quick process, Johnny.
Did you already smoke them?
I'm not smoking it this time. Not
okay.
This time.
All right. Well, I mean, I know you. You ever since I told you how, you smoke everything.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure at this point, after I taught you how to smoke meat, or after I taught you how to smoke food, you smoke your cereal. I'm pretty sure at this point.
I smoke everything.
So, yeah, I know. You put that in your pipe. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. No.
Burgers and hot dogs and stuff. So it's gonna be bacon and hot dogs. And I started a garden. So we moved the house, started a garden. I canned the banana peppers.
Farmer Pookie. Farmer Pookie.
2 mason jars of banana peppers. So those banana peppers are gonna go on. I should have put the banana peppers in the burger, but I'll probably do that next time. But the banana peppers on the hot dogs. Exactly. Yep. These are fresh, pickled. Banana peppers are so good, so delicious.
Farmer Pookie had a farm.
Yep.
E-I-E-I-O. Anyway.
Jalapenos and iceberg lettuce. Iceberg lettuce is good for the winter.
So
yes, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was nuts.
You know what I love about this is that now people in other countries are going to start to understand why we love American football so much.
They already do. There are so many fans in Europe, dude. It's not even funny.
In about 10 years, football is going to be an Olympic sport. And I'm going to love watching the United States of America absolutely obliterate Japan in the Olympics in football.
All right, so
Johnny, what's on your Mile High menu today?
My Mile High menu. So since I'm not in my own place with all my cooking accoutrements, because Isaiah can vouch for it, I have everything, and I'm a very good cook. Since I am limited with what I had here today at my in-laws' home in Columbia, Missouri, I did a big pot of Wendy's style chili with onions, with sour cream and cheese to go on top, with some oyster crackers, delicious. But I'm also making 1/4 pound hot dogs so I can make. And I'm using pepper jack cheese. So I'm going to be doing 1/4 pound hot dog, 1/4 pound chili dogs with pepper jack cheese and sour cream for the game today.
That sounds good. All right, so that's the ends of the segment for the Mile High menu. Now we're going to close out with game day predictions. I'm watching the Chargers game because I bet on a sports book on the Chargers game that Houston would beat the Chargers. And
yeah, buddy. Hey, thank you for censoring that. I really appreciate you censoring that because we can at least say Fangio and love chili.
Yes, Fangio love.
Or real quick, Isaiah, did you see the video I sent you this week of your godson trying to say the word frog?
Oh my God, I laughed so hard. I love him.
I'm not going to put up the video because it's my son, and I really don't want to toss out, videos of my children like that.
Yeah, don't be a weirdo.
Because there's too many creepy people out there. That's the fact.
Including his father.
Hey, shut up, man. You ain't got nothing to say. All right. Mr. I can't be within 20 feet of a school. Anyway, no, I'm joking. He's not. I'm joking. Don't anybody take that to the bank. Isaiah is not that guy.
Ronnie, that's
Neither am I. No, but my son, during school this week, they were doing. He's 2 years old. He's in preschool, and they were doing flashcards of animals, and the teacher was holding them up. And
for starters, he got the animal wrong.
Oh, I know.
That's the important part.
She held up a turtle. She's like, okay. And she calls on my son, Samson, and she says, Samson, or Sammy, because we call him Sammy. Sammy, what is this? And Sammy goes, frog. But he really didn't say frog. He said it sounds like a complete wrong F word. And so his teacher takes out her cell phone and starts filming him repeatedly saying, what is this? What is this? What is this? And she sends it to me and my wife. And we are rolling, dying, laughing because it is not the word frog. And so now I'm just going to say, Shadow says, frog in love chili.
I like that.
There you go.
And Sammy knows what words he can and cannot say because I've seen him cry because he said a word that he did not say. And
before I even got onto him about it, before I even said anything,
his mom gave him a stare. Nobody said anything, and she gave him a death stare. And this man just bawled out crying.
This 2.5-year-old man, yeah. All right.
But so KB82 says 24-16 Broncos. I'm gonna go 35-17 Broncos. For some reason, I wanted to score 30 plus points. I'm going to go 35-17 Broncos. Johnny, what's your prediction?
Okay, so we got to say it. So the spread, Broncos are what?
5.5.
Broncos are plus 1.5?
No, they're Raiders are minus
2.5.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the Broncos spread?
45.5 over under?
No, that's the over under.
You talking about if they win?
I'm trying to remember. Hang on.
I think it's 2.5 as well. I have it here. Hold on. I need the Houston Texans to beat the Chargers. I need the Chargers to go 1-3. Because if they lose to the Texans and we beat the Texans, that would be absolutely fantastic.
Okay, yeah. All right. So the spread, the spread is 2.5. I predict, I'm gonna go ahead and call the Broncos to cover. I am absolutely firmly believing that Vegas is stupid right now in picking the Broncos to lose to the only 0-3 team in the NFL.
Well, their reasoning for it is because they can't believe the Chargers will go 0-4.
Yeah, I know. But the point is, I truly do believe the Broncos win this game. Not the spread, but the over/under is 45.5. I'm going to pick the under, just based on what you lost.
Broncos are 2.5. Yeah,
okay.
The Texans are going to lose to the Chargers. Gosh darn it! I just lost $3,000.
You better not have. I'll slap you in the face. You all right? So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take the under. I'm gonna say Broncos cover. Take the under.
I'd say under.
And I'm going to call. And you pick the Broncos to win, so we both pick the Broncos to win. Take the under.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go with a score. What did you say your score prediction
35-10.
was? 45-10?
I said 35-17. Okay, that would be the over. I'm taking the over.
Yeah, okay, sorry. 35-17, so you take the over. Okay, so here over, I'm under. And I'm going to go ahead and give the Broncos, Raiders give it up on average 24.5 points per game. Broncos.
They're giving up more than they're giving up 25.
Sorry, well, I was close enough. I'm going to take the Broncos at 28 points. 28-10. No, I'll give them 14. 28-14.
Okay, see that. Shadow says home advantage for the Raiders, so it's going to be close. 2017 Denver. Hey, a win is a win. I don't care how close the score is. A win is a win. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for joining us on the Get Butt Game Day show. Don't forget about 30 minutes after this, so it'll be 2:20.
Right now it's scheduled for 6, but I'll move it as I have to.
6:30 for the Buck Your Feelings post-game show. Johnny will be hosting because Jay is not here today, but he will be back next week.
Family emergency for Jay Dreamweaver Weaver. So guys,
Pray for him.
whether or not you are religious, prayers, good vibes, whatever you need to do for Dreamweaver and his he's my cousin, but this is his mom's side of the family, not mine. So prayers, good vibes for Jay and his family. They're going through a really rough day today, and they could really use it.
So not only pray for Jay, but don't forget the Thursday podcast. That's 7654 on Thursdays, and then you have the game day show, and then you have the post game show. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, share this video with your friends and family as we extend the NRW crew. We are family here. You guys are family, and now let's extend that family out and up. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here.
Let me say
we are going to win this game. Raiders. Real quick, Dave says Raiders total point under 17.5, Broncos total points over over 54.5 rushing yards. That's a good bet. I'll take that one as well. Shadow says he's praying for Dreamweaver. We thank you.
Perfect. We appreciate that very much. Let me go ahead and just say this, Isaiah, before you roll us out of here, because this is how we got to end every pregame show now, every game day show. Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah.
Prepare to get bucked.
Oh yeah. Oh, they getting bucked. Oh, they getting bucked.
They getting bucked. They getting bucked.
Broncos Country, let's go in their first AFC West Division matchup and shut up the nation. And let's ride, baby. Broncos Country, let's ride.
Let's ride.